If not, I think this is a decent place that we can stop in just a moment. What isn't supportive? Don't tell someone with depression that it will get better, to snap out of it or get over it. Don't be hostile or sarcastic when they attempt to be responsive, but accept the responses as the best that the person has to offer at the time. Don't adopt an overly involved or overly protective attitude towards someone who is depressed. Do not nag the person to try to get them to do what they would or should. Do not trivialize the person's experiences by pressuring them to put a smile on their face, get your act together, or lighten up. Do not belittle or dismiss a person's feelings by attempting to say things that seem positive, like, you don't seem that bad to me. Avoid speaking to a person in a patronizing tone of voice, and do not use overly compassionate looks of concern. Resist the urge to try to cure a person's depression and provide answers to their problems. What you should do is encourage appropriate professional help. Everyone feels down or sad at times, but it is important to be able to recognize when depression has become more than a temporary experience and when to encourage that person to seek professional help. Professional help is warranted when depression lasts for weeks and affects a person's function in daily life. Many with depressive disorders do not seek professional help. In the United States, only 57% of people who have had major depressive disorder in the past year receive professional mental health care or other services. Even when people do seek help, they delay seeking help for many years. These delays affect long-term recovery. People with depressive disorders are more likely to seek help if someone close to them suggests it. Offer the person help to manage feelings. If they do need help, discuss options that they have and encourage them to use these options. If a person does not know where to get help, offer to help them seek assistance. It is important to encourage the person to get professional help and effective treatment as early as possible. If a person would like you to support them by accompanying them to an appointment, don't take over completely. A person with depression needs to make their own decisions as much as possible. Health professionals often do not recognize depression. It takes time to get diagnosis, and a healthcare provider who a person is able to establish a good relationship with is important. Encourage the person to not give up seeking professional care. Sunny days are the worst for you? Your mood drops a lot. Really, Tristo? I'm the exact opposite. I sometimes feel bad if I don't feel like I've used the day fully. That can be a big problem for me. Good, Power Source. I'm glad to hear. Don't get overly involved. You sabotage a good deal of your life doing that for others who had no intent of getting better. Yeah, and you sabotage them from being able to get themselves better as well too, because they start relying and depending on you, which is unfortunate. Treatments available for depression. Supportive counseling. Being a good listener and providing emotional support. Therapists can also give information about depression and teach problem-solving skills. This type of treatment is most appropriate for mild depression. There is good evidence for psychological therapies that have been developed to treat depression, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and interpersonal psychotherapy. CBT is based on the idea of how we think affects the way we feel. When people get depressed, they think negatively about things. They may be thoughts about how hopeless the situation is and how helpless the person feels, with a negative view of themselves, the world, and the future. CBT helps the person recognize these unhelpful thoughts and changes them to more realistic ones. It also helps people change depressive behaviors by scheduling regular activities, engaging in pleasurable ones. It can include components such as stress management, relaxation techniques, and sleep management. Interpersonal psychotherapy helps people resolve conflicts with others, deals with grief or changes in relationships, and develops better relationships. Research shows a better outcome when psychological therapy is given in combination with antidepressants. There is some evidence that a form of CBT called dialectic behavioral therapy can help those who self-injure. Its main goals are to teach coping skills for stress, to regulate emotions, and to improve relationships. Yes, I just talked about it, Celtic Wolf. Awesome, Opti. I hope dinner goes excellently for you. And Thank you very much for the raid and stopping by, and I wish you all the best. So it's called DBT. It was originally developed to treat chronic suicidal individuals diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, and it is the gold standard psychological treatment for this population. In addition, research has also shown that it is effective in treating a wide range of other disorders, such as substance dependence, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and eating disorders. So the goal of DBT is to help a client build a life that they experience as worth living. They work together to set goals that are meaningful to the client. They work on ways to decrease harmful behaviors and replace them with effective life-enhancing behaviors. DBT has 5 components. The first function, the aim, would be enhance the client's capabilities, then improve their motivations, then assure generalizations to the client's natural environment, then structure the environment, and enhance the therapist's capabilities and support of that motivation from the second function. So the first one, enhance your capabilities. Practice mindfulness, being fully aware and present in this one moment. Distress tolerance, how to tolerate pains in different situations, not to just change it. Interpersonal effectiveness, how to ask for what you want and say no while maintaining self-respect and relationship with others. Emotion regulation, how to change your emotions that you want to change, is the first one. Secondly, you focus on enhancing someone's motivation and helping them apply skills to specific challenges and events in their lives. Sometimes individual therapy takes place once a week, and as long as the client needs to be in therapy. There can also be telephone coaching. The goal is to coach people how to use their DBT skills to effectively cope with difficult situations that arise in daily life. People can call their individual therapist between sessions to receive coaching at times where they need help the most. The fourth one is structuring the environment with case management. Help the person manage their own life, such as their physical and social environments. Apply the same validation and problem-solving strategies in order to teach the person to be their own manager. This lets the therapist consult the patient about what to do and only intervene on the person's behalf when absolutely necessary. And then finally, support therapists with consultation. A consultation team is focused on the person who provides DBT, including individual therapists, skill training group leaders, case managers, and others who help the patient. This team is intended to support these providers in their work. It's like therapy for the therapists. This team is designed to help them stay motivated and competent so they can provide the best treatment possible. And this is important when people are treating others with severe, complex, or difficult to treat disorders, so the team can help one manage burnout and share their knowledge. So nice. Yeah, DBT is really good. It's an offshoot of CBT, and it's more specific, which is nice. So what if this person doesn't want help? Someone might not want to seek professional help. Find out if there's a specific reason why that's the case. They might be concerned about finances, not having a doctor they like, or being afraid of being hospitalized. These reasons may be based on mistaken beliefs, so you might be able to help the person overcome worry about seeking help. If the person still doesn't want help after you've explored the reasons and negated the issues, let them know that if they change their mind about seeking help, you can be contacted to assist them. Respect the person's right to not seek help unless you believe they're at risk of harming themselves or others. And finally, encourage self-help and other support strategies. Encourage the person to consider other available support, such as family, friends, faith communities, support groups, or others who experience depression, such as peer supporters. Some people who experience depression find it helpful to meet with others who have similar experiences. There is evidence that these mutual help groups help others recover from depression and anxiety. Family, friends, and faith community networks can also be an important source of support for a depressed person. Recovery from these symptoms is quicker for people who feel supported by those around them. Self-help strategies. People who are depressed frequently should use self-help strategies. The person's ability and desire to self-help will depend on their interests and the severity of their depression. Do not be overly forceful while encouraging these self-help strategies, such as exercise, including aerobic, which is jogging, or anaerobic, weight training. There are self-help books based on cognitive behavioral therapy. There is computerized therapy, self-help treatment programs that are delivered over the internet. Some are available free of charge. So sometimes you can call a hotline support group, such as the National Council for Suicide Prevention, or also New York City Well is a free resource. I am partnered with BetterHelp, which is a paid online consultation service. So if you want to speak to licensed therapists and have specific times that you both log in and chat with each other, you can do that as well too. There's various different types of strategies like that. Relaxation training, involving a person to relax voluntarily by tensing and relaxing muscle groups. So that would be within mindfulness training as well. And then light therapy, bright light exposure to the eyes in the morning. In addition to seeking out scientific evidence of what treatment and support works for depression, it's important to look at what consumers find helpful. A large internet survey asked those who receive treatment for depression to rate effectiveness of treatment. Rated most effective were antidepressants, CBT, interpersonal psychotherapy, other types of psychotherapy, and exercise. So there are various helpful sources. American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, AFSP.org. Let's see. The National Council.org, the National Council of Behavioral Health. The National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH.nih.gov. Postpartum Support Group International. Suicide Prevention Resource Center. There are various helplines, the National Suicide Prevention Helpline, the American Psychiatric Association Answer Center, the Trevor Project, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of different ways that you can get help. Exercise is something that's helped me so much. I feel so much better now that I exercise more. So it's definitely fixed a lot of issues that I have, thankfully. I could be better, but this is what we got.